Welcome back to River City Live. We're gonna get zen in this part of the show. Here I have Kate and Nicole from Florida Yoga and Paddle. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
So Kate, I want to kick it off with you and talk to us about this experience combining yoga with the art of paddleboarding.
Yes, I love, well, one, being outside. I'm from Florida and have been teaching yoga for many years. And when I was told about this option of taking it out on the water, it was like these two worlds combining, and it's just a beautiful experience.
And this is so fun because a lot of these classes take place at Wicked Barley, which is a pretty unique experience. So can you walk us through what that's like?
Yes, so we show up at Wicked Barley and park in their parking lot before they open. We have 2 hours. And hit the dock or take their launch from the kayak, the beach I call it, and paddle out just probably a quarter of a mile to the elbow of the creek or the mouth of the creek, and we anchor up. And at that point, your paddleboard becomes your floating yoga mat.
So I want to ask you, Nicole, who's going to give us a little demo here in a second. Did you have any previous paddleboard yoga experience? You know, I saw you warming up and you mentioned gymnastics, but how was this for you to transition into as an activity?
Yes, I had paddleboard experience and yoga experience, but not combined. And then I started taking Kate's class about 3 years ago and get out as often as I can. It's such an amazing experience.
Now, Kate, talk to me about, you know, I'm sure people are like hesitant. When I look at this, I'm like, okay, it's hard for me to balance on land. Am I just going to be the person falling into the water every 5 minutes? And if so, what's the result of that?
Well, so I like to offer people to not even stand up until after they've done the yoga. I do very low poses, modified poses, so that you feel comfortable on your board, you develop a relationship on your board, understand how it responds to your movements. And then afterwards, they're comfortable, and if the water feels, you know, nice and warm, it's not a big deal.
It's just a nice little break at that point. So Nicole, would you maybe be willing to give us a little test of, you know, like what we would see if we are out on the water? And Kate, maybe you can walk us through those steps.
I'd love to.
Sure.
So we take pretty much every yoga pose from hands and knees, tabletop position, but I also like to offer them to try the downward facing dog, and you know, where you lift your knees, and you can pedal your feet just to warm up and feel how the board responds to your movements. And to let them know, like, it may look harder than it really is, but you have 4 points of contact. So it's actually quite, not easy, but it's not as challenging as it looks. And then I'll even offer to bring the feet together and take it into one-legged down dog, accapada, where you extend, and then you can play by bending the knee and rolling the hip up, and you know, again, checking that center of gravity. Then we often use this to transition, so you can scoop your foot in. I like to drop the back knee at first.
Okay.
And also have a wider stance, so your legs don't have to be in one plane. You can have like that railroad track running in between your legs. And then looking forward at the horizon, walking the hands up. And then last, if you're feeling comfortable, add the arms.
Okay.
And then bring hands down after you breathe into that one. And then you do a reverse cartwheel, inhaling up into Warrior Two. And then here, what's important is that you're distributing the weight in your shin bone, and then you're really opening the hip, sending that front knee out. Arms are strong. You can take it into reverse warrior, back hand down, front hand up. And then this is nice and lovely if you can slide your hand all the way down to lengthen that front leg, even frame your top ear with the arm. Gorgeous.
Look at that beautiful finish. Well done, Nicole. I don't know if we applaud in yoga, but we do in the studio. Well, Nicole, thank you so much for walking us through that. Now, obviously, after seeing this fun video and experiencing this with both of you, I know people want to stay connected with you, take a class, and don't be afraid to try something new. Like she said, it probably looks harder than it really is, and I think it's a great extra core workout because you're bouncing on that water. So how can people stay connected, sign up for a class, and see more of you?
I would one day love to be more where you have an event or the sign up, but I'm old school. You just message me on my Instagram or my Facebook. And we become friends, get a rapport that way, talking back and forth your experience level. And then I also have on my website a video for those that have never paddleboarded. I go through a how-to. So I have my newbies watch that first.
Awesome.
Yeah,
great.
So just message me.
Perfect. Okay, well, you guys connect with Kate so that you can be a board baddie too. We'll check in with Kate again soon.